Hello and welcome back to Sitting Chatting. I'm Liam Whyte.
I'm Thayjamieallan.
I'm Struan Laing.
So, Struan, we finally got you on after however long that we've been trying to do
I've been
this.
waiting for ages for this.
You looking forward to it?
I'm indeed. I'm quite hyped.
Do you think this will be quite a good experience for you, or do you think you're going to seriously regret it come the end?
Oh no, not at all.
Oh well, I mean, that's a positive start then at least. Now, how many times have we tried to have him on there? Maybe 4 or 5 now, so do you know what? Most persistent guests on keep getting us donated, so you take that award, Struan. I hope you're happy.
I'm proud.
So Struan, start with you, where we start with all our other guests. What is your first memory?
My first memory.
Bury a Gideon.
It's not a good one at all.
Don't say them.
I was in playgroup and I think I was playing in a sand pit and I saw somebody from the playgroup and that was it. That's generally my first memory. I can't remember anything before that.
I think that might be the weakest one.
It's
I don't
not
think
impressive,
possible.
but it's true. That is the first memory I can think of.
We really did start with the best first, didn't we? And we've just
Who
been,
was the previous one?
you
The
and
previous worst one.
I'd say Megan. Megan's was pretty drab as well.
So is mine's now the worst?
I think yours is now the worst first
I'm
memory.
just taking all the medals.
Yeah, I know. Not the good ones. Let's never have him back on again.
That was shite.
I'm sorry that my life's not as interesting when I was younger.
Well, we'll see about that.
Aye,
We'll see
yeah.
about that.
So, you've not really given us a great place to start off.
He's
from,
asked
am I
a
gonna
question, I answered your question.
lie? Useless, man.
Well,
Useless.
no, right. Well, you said you went to playgroup.
Yeah.
No, I went to playgroup, no.
Where?
In Canvas Barn. With Liam for a while. And then Liam
Oh,
disappeared.
you fucked off, did you?
Yeah, I
I
did
was
indeed.
fed up with Struan. I didn't
He's a
want
dick, I can understand that.
So I was stuck with Nick.
Were you with
Ben.
Nick and Ben? I didn't actually know they went to that playgroup.
I don't really remember them there, but they went to the playgroup.
Big Ben or Ben Gilmore?
Big Ben.
Big Ben.
Big Ben.
No,
Some
Big
boy,
Ben.
Big Ben.
I'm sure.
And Nick Hamill, I take it.
Nick Camel.
I'm sure we'll get into the discussion of Gilmore later as well.
Nick Hamill. Right, well,
So-
I'm never intrigued for that, but I can.
Intrigued by Nick.
No, by the Ben Gilmore story.
Oh, the Ben Gilmores.
There's so many to come into later. I'm sure he's really excited if he's watching this. Oh, I can feel the title as Gilmore's cousin comes on as well.
Oh yeah,
it's
Gilmore's
really-
cousin. Struan Saki Gilmore Laing.
That's what he identifies himself as. No one else approves of it apart from him.
I'm a Gilmore at heart.
I mean, that's like me
I wouldn't
saying.
admit it, it's
I mean, have you seen the state of that family? No offence, Gilmore.
I mean,
Love you.
Oh, I wouldn't go as far as that. But I've seen the state of Ben. No, but
Tarnishing the reputation of our previous guests.
she went to Camas Barn. Is that, I take it that play you call it playgroup, I take it it's got a primary school there as well.
Yeah, I
Is it
started
all
on to it.
Oh no, playgroup's at a different bit.
Is it?
Playgroup's up at the community centre. And then the nursery and the primary school are together
They're
at the
together.
primary school.
Yeah.
So that, did you go to Camas Barn primary school as well?
And nursery.
And that's it.
With Ben Crawford and
Cam-
Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis, who was previous
Campbell
on the
Barn,
podcast. Yeah, I know. What's it like being, growing up in Canvas Barn?
Shite.
How's it like being one of the village people?
Shite.
Why is it so shite? Okay, why is it shite when you're younger? Like
Right,
when
younger.
you're younger.
Honestly, maybe a bit better when you're younger. Because
Yeah.
you're not aware of how boring Stirling is, or Canvas Barn in particular.
Do you know, like, I quite enjoyed the area of Canvas Barn, especially when you're younger with that.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying, like when you're younger you're not
Yeah.
aware of how boring it is, so you can go out to like the park and stuff.
Yeah, like, you
So
have
it's
the
like-
woods
you
and the
feel like you
stuff.
fulfilled your day.
Aye.
We went to the park. Aye.
Where now if I go to the park, the police just lift me.
Wow.
I mean, there's something to do with the look, I'm just saying clearly.
The looks he's getting to fucking Wayne's probably. But now I'm going to ask a question here, right? We got voted the best village. Was it 2012?
I've no idea.
Did I actually?
Oh,
There's a sign in it.
There's a
It's when you
sign
go past
for now.
Lewis's, when you go over the bridge, it says voted best village.
Aye. Best village in.
A fucking blind, deaf and mute person did the fucking...
Well,
voting.
We'll not say who did the voting, but the point is that we voted best village. I believe it's 2012. I could be wrong, but I think it's 2012. Or maybe 2015, one out of two.
I disagree with it. There you go.
Right. So what's it today for somebody who's a bit older?
In Cambusbarn,
What's the best thing?
the Foresters.
Yeah.
Go to the pub and that's about it.
Yeah.
You could go walk up the quarry. Walk up the quarry is nice. Have a little barbecue up the quarry. A beer or something. It's nice. Apart from that, Cambusbarn.
You can't really do that though when you're in playgroup.
Right, playgroup, yeah. Going up the quarry and having a beer.
That wasn't going to happen, was it?
So, like, what would you say because obviously you're in goth attire today, as you are most days. Were you always a goth growing up?
No, not at all. I was a cool kid, and then I was a goth, and I was a gangster, and back to goth.
He's a wanker.
So it's just going to be an hour and a half of you destroying them.
I'd listen to that. I'll sit on the plane to China just listening to you roast me.
But nah, like, so what was your growing up? What was like your early days like around here? Like, did you have just a regular childhood?
It's alright, it's a little safe place. Nothing too exciting happens, but it's not really boring when you're a kid. There's enough stuff to go out and do. Okay,
since you like fucked us on the initial question about first memory, what's your
genuine first memory?
Yeah, I know, right. I know, you so fucked us. Like Francis had the story where he got attacked by a dog. Like that's a proper first story.
That's a proper first story.
I want you to tell us then your best like childhood memory then growing up.
My best childhood memory.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it'd probably be something.
We'll say like it has to be like before high school. It has to be like in between like.
When I used to go around to Lewis's, and we used to get Action Men, get his parachute and chuck it out his window to see if the parachute actually worked. 90% of the time it didn't work. Just Action Man just falling.
I remember we always used to just get, you know, the old 5p Tesco bags and like tie.
We did them too, but he had like an actual parachute for one. I think we lost that. Yeah, that we used to put cars in the toilet and flush the toilet. The car was down the toilet.
So you're just destroying Lewis's pipe work.
Oh, Lewis did this.
I'm not being funny, but that would have been much better as a first memory.
It's not my first memory though.
It would have been the best.
You should
have. There was
this
time Lewis set a Lego tyre on fire and then shoved it in his mouth.
That's multiple times. That's not just. Do you want to explain to the wonderful people, our previous guest Lewis's mind process when he was younger?
When Lewis was younger, he was a Mongo.
Straight to the point.
He had a light that was very strong and would set things.
Yeah, no, that's the stupidest thing ever. So like, you see, like you know, like most folk have like a wee bedside lamp beside their bed and that. He had one that was literally so powerful it could burn through Lego.
He had a fucking bedside sun. It set his sister's fucking duvet on fire. She woke up to it being on fire.
It's like that.
These are all the first memories of it.
It's just, it's what growing up around the fluid.
So he put a tyre up to it and it started, well, it went on fire. And he could have ran through and shoved it in the sink, but he just shoved it in his mouth to put it out. Because
you know, it's a natural first step when it comes to putting out fires.
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, it's not much brighter nowadays. Do you know what I mean?
I'll give Lewis. Lewis is a lot better nowadays. Lewis is fantastic nowadays.
It doesn't seem it.
You're just destroying all our guests so they're never going to come back on
It could
this.
just be me, you know, but...
Fuck's sake. Yeah, so like, that's pretty, I would say uncommon for most younger people would be to go and set shit on fire and throw things out windows.
Would you always...
Yeah, well, yeah. Would you say then that you sort of deviated from the crowd as such when it came to growing up? Would you say you didn't follow the social norms as such being a kid?
As a kid, normally follow the social norms. It was only really when I was Lewis.
Would you call him a bad influence?
No, not a bad influence. Inspiring source.
Inspiring.
He opens way doors.
Yeah, and closes some.
Closes other ones.
Yeah. Fuck's sake. So was Lewis your best mate then growing up?
Oh yeah, growing up Lewis was my best mate.
Was he someone that you typically see every day, like from school after
every
school?
Single day, at primary school, or at nursery, at primary school, after primary school.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine what a life would have been like growing up without him, so to speak?
You want him to just suck his cock while you're at it? Like,
Oh yeah, I'm trying to get a feel of his.
aye. Feel like something. Feel like something.
You're really in the mood today, aren't you?
Well, carry on.
I think boring. I think it would be just an average kind of childhood. Nothing too exciting. You introduced me to a lot of pals. Introduced me to you.
I don't know, what a terrible mistake, honestly. I wish I hadn't.
But then, well, I don't think I would have enjoyed childhood if Lewis wasn't about.
Fair enough.
It made it very enjoyable.
So, probably going on to maybe a wee bit more of a touchier subject. The majority of the guests that we've had on have always spoke about a positive impact of like their family and like brothers and sisters and general good like environment growing up in. What would you describe your environment growing up?
Connell is really...
Do you want to explain, sorry, who your main family are that you live with?
My main family. My mum, my dad, my wee bro, my wee sis. Connell's a pain in the arse. Moyer, I don't understand her. Dad doesn't really talk to anybody. And my mum's just a bit mental.
So all happy families then, yeah?
Happy families all the way. My uncle, he's a lad.
So it would be safe to assume then that you didn't have maybe the most fondest of family memories growing up?
No, not too much. But Lewis broke me away from that.
Fair enough. Would you... How do you think that makes... How does that make you feel, sort of thing, especially when you're growing up, when you would have seen like your mates and that would have had like such positive like relationships with your parents and like their family compared to like what it was like for you, such growing up with fairly negative results?
It was different. I wouldn't say I was sitting there envious of their families, but the idea of it would have been nice. But I think it just left a very bad impression on me of what family is. And I saw friends more as a real family, and family more as just a thing there.
So you don't believe in the whole family comes first sort of
No, never ever. Friends come first. Choose your friends.
Has there never been a sort of, not as such like you sort of wish you're in that person's situation, but do you think more did it ever put you in a place where you're sort of like angry at your mates if they were ever complaining about something when you realised, like here you need to stop like whining, like you've got it much better than me sort of thing?
I don't think anybody particularly had it better than me. I think we all had our own little problems with the family. So I had no problem with people going on where something bad happened with their family, because I'd either been through that and kind of understood it, or I hadn't been through it and didn't quite understand it, so didn't feel it was my place to then be like, no, you can't say that.
No, that's pretty admirable, because I know most people would have been like, nah, shut up, what are you talking
Fair
about?
dues, I've got like my mum and my dad together, but then there's like some of our friends, like yourself, it's split. That's a kind of area that I don't know how that feels.
I mean, like, would you say for you, like, having your parents, because obviously your parents and ours split up and that before, would you say that it's like a positive thing for you growing up, or do you think if something had happened it wouldn't have made a difference?
I don't know what it feels like to have them separate.
Yeah, no, but like, do you think it at all makes like that much of a difference to a person? If both the parents love them and the kids love like the parents, if they separate, do you think it makes that much of a difference?
I would imagine it would still have to make a difference.
I think Jabba would work in 3 instead of E. I think that's the real difference.
So you're saying he wouldn't be loved, basically?
You would have 2 houses that you would know. 2 sets of presents, people fight.
The
materialist.
So.
I mean, yeah, I do remember getting told that in school by one of my. I do remember getting told that in school by one of my primary school teachers when they were like, "Oh, yeah, looking forward to Christmas." So I was like, "I'm a wee bit nervous. It's my first time. I'm not at my mum's. I'm going to my dad's." And she was like, "Oh, but just think of it this way, it's 2 presents that you get." I'm like, yeah, but I don't really care about that at that point.
There was one thing actually about family I was a bit jealous about. There's my family, it probably is quite large, but I don't know a lot of them. Whereas like Lewis, or even sometimes you and Nick and stuff, they've got like loads of family. It's like, oh, I see all their cousins and all their uncles and aunts and stuff. And my family, certainly the part I know, is very small, or the rest live very far away. So it was not being able to see like outer family as much.
Do your family not really make attempts to sort of communicate with the distant folk?
No, not much at all.
I'm the same though.
Do you not see your...
My mum, my dad, me sister, and then my 2 grands. And then that's pretty much it. And the odd occasion you'll see the uncles and that at my grands.
Yeah.
But never made the effort to go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know, yeah, because like...
My mum that'll keep in touch with her brothers. Same for my dad, but me, I never see them.
I've noticed there's almost becoming a bit of a problem in my family, like my distant family dynamic, because my like the older generation of folk in my families, like every month or every week there would always be like a big party, like to like have everyone round. It'd be like barbecues, or it might be like services, or whatever it might be. And I always remember going to these things when they were younger, but now that they're getting older and they don't really have the ability to be able to like host these things, like most of these things have died. And because there's quite a divide, I think I'm the only person, bar maybe 2 folk in my family, that's between the ages of 18 to 25. I think the rest are either all above 25 or all below like 18, so it was always quite difficult for me growing up because there wasn't usually anyone in the house the same age as me to like sort of chat to or like become friends with.
I hated family gatherings, not gardening.
Gardenings. The good old family gardenings.
Family gardens. Family gatherings when I was younger, just because it's just older folk. Mm-hmm. You've not really got anything in common. Nowadays I think I'd probably enjoy it more, but it never happens.
I think it's one of those things for me. I think I preferred it when I was younger, but because now I haven't seen so many of them for so many years, it's just like, oh shit, this is like basically a marketing event now. Like, hi there, I'm Liam and I do digital media now and blah blah blah.
I've got a podcast. You should come on a podcast.
And you should listen right now on YouTube or on iTunes, which all of you go on iTunes as well, or if you're on iTunes, go on YouTube and listen/watch.
One time a big vlogger can get you on the vlog.
Well, we'll get to that part later on, okay, where we'll talk about your adventures to China.
My adventures.
Your adventures, so to speak.
You look bored.
Listen to your shit.
Right then, going up to high school. Nervous, looking forward to it, feelings?
At first I was very nervous. When I found out Lewis was in my class, that brought me a lot of comfort. But
what was, were you always quite were you quite nervous growing up as a person?
Oh yeah, I was extremely shy. It's only recently, I'd say probably the last year and a half, maybe 2 years, that I've kind of felt a lot more confident.
Why do you think that is?
Honestly, China.
I was just about to say, I mean, it's pretty obvious, isn't it?
I mean, yeah,
we're
but...
in a country where the most amount of cunts there is.
Yeah,
like,
true. But also, you know, there's folk that can.
No, but so even more reason to become unsure.
Yeah, true, I suppose.
Yeah, it was kind of just getting shoved over there. I couldn't just kind of cower away in a corner. I had to do stuff.
I don't know, I think I saw you holding your hand.
Lewis wasn't there.
Hancock. See when I don't know, like I think actually it's when you start drinking when you started becoming more relaxed and more like
well, I became
social.
a bit more sociable, but I'd say like as a kind of a
You
more
were shy all the way through high school, in my opinion.
Thanks, Jabba.
I don't know, like
I was.
no, see, I think when you left, by the time you left, then he started coming out of his shell.
I'd say
You
S6.
saying I was holding them back.
Aye, you were.
Holding everyone back.
It's like, Jabba, I don't want to be shy. No, oh, fuck off. You're shy.
You're shy, you wee dick.
Shy guy. Aye, so like, did that ever bother you? Like, or is it just like something you accepted?
It's just kind of something I accepted. Little things sometimes really stress me out, but I don't see the point in it, so I try to stay as calm as possible.
fair enough. So, went to the big Struan High with yours truly.
Never gone here. I was there.
Yeah.
Front and centre, as always.
I mean, true, yeah, you couldn't miss your Jabba.
I remember one of my first memories was Jabba actually.
Julian, then. Because most of them are pretty good, to be honest, when we tell them to camera.
He was. What were those days where we did like? There was like 2 days where you went like paintballing and stuff.
Oh, the like
activity days or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
One of them we stayed back and went to Mr. Rogers' class, and we just were meant to play games. So basically, we just watched Mr. Rogers' scratch animations the entire time. Jabba was there too, and Jabba was walking down the stairs and oh, Jabba, slow down, you might fall and crack the earth. And then he started punching me.
I mean,
Don't recall this at all.
I was thinking this the other day, you actually have quite a bad tendency to like forget a lot of things that have happened during high school.
It's not right, Jabba.
It's horrible.
It's just because you're getting old now, isn't it, mate?
Calm down, you. You've got about a year on me, man.
I have like a month on you.
No, I don't remember anything about that show.
Apart from meeting Liam.
I know. I mean, and then his life was just perfect from then onwards.
Oh, I just remembered another beautiful night about you.
Is this my 18th time?
His 18th birthday was fantastic. You were so fucked.
Do you want to explain what happened to all the people?
Jabba
You look at the time like, please.
Jabba was so unbelievably fucked, and we had to help him home, and he just did absolutely everything to stop us getting him home.
To give you context,
when you say you were helping,
we
I
were
was so helping.
Well, no, you weren't
you're a lying
really.
bastard. You had the camera in my face all the time.
I was helping remind you.
Still not seen the footage to this day.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's on an old photo.
Probably long gone.
I see, I'm pretty sure they were a ton of shite, to be honest. I think they were a ton of shite, that's why there's no footage.
Jamie, would you say that's one of the reasons why you still don't drink as much?
No.
Like,
I don't.
Absolute fucking tit yourself. To put in perspective, like
You're having a great time. That's all
Is
that
that
matters.
Yeah. It was good fun as well for the rest of us. To put into context, so it takes about half an hour to walk to Jamie's from where we were having the party. It took us about 2 hours, so we didn't quite get there by the time I left. So, yeah, you're a state, mate.
That was fantastic.
So go on then, favourite moments from high school? Anything that sticks out in particular?
Besides me, obviously.
Meeting Jabba, of course, that was a good one. There was always our going out and having a walk down here, having a drink. Us getting alcohol, which was just... It was a challenge, but
yeah,
we always managed it. We always managed to get alcohol.
I mean, I wasn't invited to this. Well,
no, we didn't like you, Jamie, I'm sorry to say.
I don't know what place is. That's what it is.
You weren't even probably off Cape. You weren't
I'm not, but it's not the point. An invite would have been nice, but...
Well, do you know what, Jamie, next time we do something we'll invite you to it, only for you to turn us down.
You're away on Tatooine when you have a barge.
Fuck's sake, Chapel. You've never seen Star Wars, have you?
Never.
Aye, no, he doesn't get any of those references.
No one will do your patter shite.
Part of shite?
Aye.
Let's
We're
get
going to move on for a fucking leap at the table and take him.
I'd like to see that.
I'm glad to see as well we've got the first alcoholic guest on as well. It's been a milestone in the making, to be honest.
Who else would it have been?
Looking at the board, to be honest, most of them are relatively keen drinkers.
All I'm going to say is I'm pretty sure either
Keelan.
or Ewan was drinking.
I don't think Keelan was, I'm pretty sure Ewan was when he
was.
came on, yeah.
This is my last one, I think.
Oh dear, what a shame. Wait, have you been drinking since we came back today? For context, we got back after like an all-night session down in Dundee.
Down in Dundee.
Down in Dundee, yeah.
We went down in Dundee.
Was you aye?
I mean, it feels like you're going down when you go there. It feels like you're going into the scum of the earth.
Pits of hell.
That's a good description for Dundee. Why do you, actually, going slightly off topic, why do you like Dundee so much?
I don't know. I actually don't actually have like a solid reason to why I like Dundee.
Because to me Dundee's like your Fife, in a sense, like, fucking abysmal.
I just love it.
What do you mean my Fife?
Okay, everyone's Fife then.
It's a shithole.
Scotland's Fife.
Yeah, true.
In fact, even at that, I don't want to say that, but Fife as an area is disgusting.
Aye, it's Fife.
It's better than fucking. It's not as. I'd say Dundee's a bit better though.
I like
It's got
Dundee.
Aberty, you know.
I mean, it's got a uni to fucking do.
It's got
Most
two
places
unis.
do. Ooh.
It's got 2 unis, aye.
Yeah, I know. Most places have a uni now. Like, Stirling has a better uni than them. That's
I
saying
do.
a
The
lot.
Stirling
have they?
uni is very cool. That it's all in one bit. I like that.
I mean, it's a pain in the arse to walk through. You should try and see it.
Market wise, for actual students and like freshers and stuff,
Oh, Dundee's a lot better.
Dundee
Dundee's
is-
a
the
lot
union's
better.
way better.
Dundee,
The Onion.
as a
Oh,
student, is like, I'd argue the best. I hate Glasgow. Glasgow's my least favourite place in the whole world that I've ever been. I despise it.
Are they?
I mean,
I don't give a shit what your opinion is. Glasgow is a shite hole.
have you seen that place Ibrox? Fucking hellhole, mate.
Right.
I agree with people make Glasgow. People make Glasgow an absolute shite hole.
That's a good motto. You should try and pitch it towards the Glasgow City Council.
I'd get actually mugged if I went into Glasgow. Yous are all shite.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be the best of it as well. I don't know. I kind of agree with you. I think Glasgow's quite an overrated place, to be honest.
I think it's heavily overrated. Dundee, I think it's underrated. There's bad,
No, it's not underrated.
Shut up! It's rated perfectly.
there's bad
A
bits. There's bad bits of Dundee, but there's bad bits of Stirling too.
Yeah, everyone has a shithole.
Apart from Glasgow, which is
everyone's got a bad
100%
Glasgow,
shite hole.
Glasgow's Easter House. Like, that's a fucking terrible area, and Glasgow's still rated one of the best places to live.
I completely disagree with that. Bet you the person who rated that is the person who rated fucking Cambusbarn, that blind, deaf, mute fucker.
To be fair, it's not the worst looking. Cambusbarn isn't the worst
Did
looking.
you actually hear that or Glasgow?
Well,
I
here,
thought-
Stirling,
okay,
without,
question,
no,
right.
without a doubt,
Where would you
Stirling.
rather stay? Glasgow or Stirling, if you had the choice.
If you say Glasgow, you're a fat cunt.
Glasgow.
You're a fat cunt.
No, I'd easily stay through here.
Stirling's,
Having stayed here now, oh,
I think,
it's a good area.
growing up in Stirling, you probably get a range of bits where younger it's fine, early teenage it's alright, late teenage it seems really boring, but then it kinda
Gets a wee bit better.
gets on, like, you get kind of Stockholm syndrome of living in Stirling where you kind of begin to love it and you're like, it's not super busy, it's not super quiet, but there is some stuff to do.
It's a
There's
good in
lots to do.
between. It's not like the most mental city in the world to live in, but you know, it's still clearly a city. It's not like a town.
It's an
but-
extremely safe place because you can walk anywhere at night time and you'll be fine.
No, hi.
I do it every night and I'm fine.
I mean,
Oh,
to
sure, he's a wee paedophile, right?
Struan's the wee, like, Struan's going around Assassin's Creed style, like in the bushes, like trying to hide around.
Jumping off roofs into hay bales and shit.
Yeah, making sure, you know, you keep the streets of Stirling empty all night long so no one wants to come here.
I like Stirling now.
No, brilliant.
I don't.
You used to fucking hate
I
Stirling.
used to hate Stirling. I don't think it's fantastic. I think for certain people it's the best place for them to live. If you're really old and you want to retire and move to like Bridge of Allan, I couldn't say a better place. I think Bridge of Allan's fantastic. If you're an old
I
person,
mean, and
you
you're a
retire.
millionaire.
Right, you're a millionaire, you're old and you're retired.
That's where you're wrong. Bridge of Allan's fucking on finance, mate. The whole place is on finance.
I've heard that,
I'll agree with you,
so,
though.
It looks it's a very nice.
It's a
place.
nice area,
image, though,
perfect
isn't
for
it?
old people, but it's a finance place. All the cars up there are on finance.
Can you finance I know it's maybe a stupid question, but can you finance a house?
Aye, it's what's taking a mortgage.
Well, yeah, I know, but I wonder if there's like a more sort of equivalent to a car version or if it's just a mortgage.
No, a mortgage is
Isn't it just kind of the same thing?
I suppose in a certain
Aye, it's the
sense,
same
yeah.
thing, but you pay a bit more on mortgage. Regardless,
I think,
Dunblane is your money town of Stirling.
oh, Dunblane, yeah. Dunblane's another place I think if you retired. I think Dunblaine's got
Nah,
very.
if you're a businessman, you're in Dunblane.
Oh, I think a lot of
as
kids.
well. But seeing you, and I mean, I wouldn't want to go anywhere near them.
A lot of kids who get brought up in Dunblane seem very strange.
Yeah, I mean, we can confirm
There's a
having you
lot of people
on
from
last time.
Dunblane that are very odd.
Yeah, Ewan backs up that theory quite
I think
well.
folk in Stirling are really nice as well. In general.
Aye, I'd say we're a lot better.
Maybe not on a Friday night in the town, but
Well, you spent a Friday night in Parkhead, no.
yeah, why would I? It's a shithole.
The general person in Stirling I don't think they plan on going out of their way to be a dick to somebody.
I genuinely think it depends what you do. You don't know what time of the day.
Oh yeah, obviously, if you're in a fucking rap tap at like 12:30 at night, you're gonna get shanked, but...
Maybe Flynn.
Flynn's
your area now.
I mean,
Croy.
you know, like, have you ever seen the Mad Max?
What?
Mad Max, the film.
No.
It's like a dystopian wasteland. I imagine like that's
It's got
what's like
William
from-
Wallace in it.
Aye, big Braveheart. You go from like, it's like going from like a normal like civil town to like an area of like the world that's just been like nuked and it's just like
It's
a
kind of
wasteland.
like Fallout a bit, but everybody's more psycho.
Right.
It's like, see when you think about it, like how we're describing such great place of Struan, but if you look around like wee districts of Struan, there's so many shite
I was going to
areas.
say, it's just like your home world, or your
You
favourite world.
You couldn't name me 4 shit places.
In Stirling,
Stirling.
5.
5, I couldn't name you 5, I could probably name you 4 though.
Where?
Croy,
Yeah.
No.
That's too far out, I'd
That's
say.
too far out.
Yeah. We counting Flynn or not?
Aye.
Flynn, Alwa.
No, again, Alwa's no, but Alwa's a lovely place, you didn't
Fuck off. Yeah,
You're a
Fuck
cunt.
them. Fuck them.
Maybe not modern day rap tap, but certainly rap tap a few years ago.
No, if
Aye,
you
no, but you're going
if you go
modern day, right
if you go off Rip Road and go down some of the side streets,
Right,
of
fair,
Rip
then
Road.
rap
No,
tap.
you're still going to get alright, but if you're going modern day, you can't use that.
Right, if modern day rap tap nowadays isn't
Yeah, okay,
that
then,
bad.
fair enough.
So
Bits of sitting Indians.
Best of St. Onions, yeah.
Yeah, because I stay there, and it's fine.
I
Probably
mean,
the bits you stay in.
Yeah, no, dodgy
I
bits.
run the Brazilian, I run that place.
They probably just fuck it's Tatooine. You're just sitting on your big throne.
Mate, trust me.
I need to show you who he's comparing you to just so you get a general idea. By
St.
the way.
Onions is fine. I'll give you Flynn, that's all I'm giving you so far. And by the way, let me just
Alwa,
say,
you gave me Alwa.
I'm not giving you Alwa, piss off.
You fucking bastard.
I'm giving you Flynn, I gave you Flynn. I said Flynn,
Yeah.
right? So go, name me the other 4. Name me the other 3, so.
Well, I'll say parts of St. Onions are shitholes.
Yeah, parts of St.
Yeah.
Onions, nah, without a doubt.
I don't remember exact parts. Once you go past the toll though, there's a lot of shite
Right.
areas up there.
You're moving into Bannockburn then.
You would
It's
not
still
count, if you count
Stirling.
Alloa, Bannonburn's more in Stirling than Alloa.
It's still under Stirling Council. If it's under Stirling Council, it's part of Stirling. That's
Should
the
I be
real...
your fanny, right?
Right, okay,
Right.
nah, I'm going with him on this.
Right, I'll give you Bannockburn.
Bannockburn, oh yeah, whether Flynn, Bannockburn,
Alloa.
Alwa.
Are we counting Plain or is that too far out?
Nah, Plain's still in Stirling. Plain.
Plain's fine.
You like Plain?
Menstrie, there you go, Menstrie.
Menstrie, yeah,
Fucking on you go,
yeah.
Menstrie's a
Fuck off,
shite.
Menstrie's alright.
Menstrie's an absolute shite hole.
No, that's an FK10,
Night-
FK14 area, you're not giving me that.
It's in Stirling, it's got Stirling Council bins.
Aye,
No, Stirling Council bins. Argument
That's
lag.
fine, but I'm counting it as Alloa. I'll give you Alloa till a buddy, till a coot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Menstrue on 1.
Aye, that's who he's comparing you to earlier, by the way.
Oh, right, okay.
You live on a big barge.
They 4 are coming in 1.
Alright. So we've got
Alloa till a
Flynn,
coot, right? Till a buddy.
Flynn, Bannockburn,
Flynn, Bannockburn,
Alloa.
That's 3. Need one more. Alright, do you know what? Fine in 3. We'll count it 3.
I still say Croy.
Christ, too far out. That's basically.
It's still got Stirling Council bins.
Is it even an FK postcode?
It's got Stirling Council bins.
Is it even an
I don't give a fuck. I am in FK7. There's FK8 is the true Stirling one, but I have fucking Stirling Council
Croy's
bins.
closer to Falkirk.
Stirling Council.
So now that we've established that Stirling has some shithole places in it,
Jabba's house.
I've been in Jabba's house recently. They've done a lovely job to it in the inside, mate.
Dunno what?
Done a lovely job to your house in the inside.
What, have they got a big trap door that drops down and there's a big rancor? Fairly Glenn's it. Eats anybody you really like.
Absolutely not.
That's what Jamie's on every night.
Well then.
I can tell how this is going to go. Where were we before we were talking about Struan?
We're talking about high school and memories in high school.
Right,
A good memory in high school was the time that me, Liam and Lewis got chased by cows.
Fucking yet again, I'm not there. What a fucking joke this was.
The cows would have started humping you thinking you're one of their own.
I'd take it. Like a fucking tripper. Exactly. So,
Christ, I must have been bad being a Rangers fan.
we're not even getting at that, right?
No, this is a genuine thing. Somebody brought up a very good point to me.
What?
Right, so Rangers and Celtic.
For fuck's
No.
I'm not even going to mention the game.
No, genuine. Rangers and Celtic are both of them claim they're the most Scottish thing, each of them. But
I wouldn't say that. They've claimed they're the best.
right, they fight over Scotland's team basically. Being
Right,
the
but
main
Celtic basically admit they're Irish at this point.
But Celtic is all about Irish and Catholic stuff,
Yeah.
and Rangers is all about the Protestant, like the Queen, the Crown of England. Both of them are literally
The opposites.
the opposites of Scotland. I
It's
don't like
kind of-
football.
It's kind of weird when you think about it.
I've got no
isn't it?
problem
Thing is,
with
they're
people
try-
who support it, but they are the two least Scotlandy things fighting over being a Scotlandy thing, which is a bit more.
No, well, fighting over being the Scottish champions, I agree. However, they're trying to be a part of Ireland, the Republic, which is not in the UK.
Yeah.
Whereas we're saying God Save the Queen, which is the UK.
Oh no, I get that.
So therefore, we win the title, right?
I mean,
Honestly,
which title? I mean,
honestly, I don't
That's
give a
right, so-
shit.
I give less of a shit.
no,
You give less of a shit about football than I do.
No football. Bigotry.
Oh, bigotry.
I give less
Oh
of a
no,
shit.
bigotry. Nah, no bigotry. I've got no problem with Rangers or Celtic fans.
But with the Aberdeen bastards, man.
Oh,
they're the best.
alright.
They're the
Aberdeen, fuck them. They're all cunts.
Sheep
What?
shitting bastards.
What amazing set of fans.
Sheep shitting bastards.
Do you want me to bring up the old firm gauge?
Well, let's win now. At least we don't shag sheep.
That's true. That's the real winner there.
Aye, sorry, you were trying to say about when we got chased
Oh
by
yeah, we got
cows.
chased by cows. So
We'll get away from this.
why we were in a field, I don't know.
Right, so just to get a wee bit caught, so like, best mates also growing up, Struan and Lewis, and Struan and Lewis for some reason like to have this wee thing where they like to get lost
Oh,
no
that is
matter where
really
they go. And I won't deny it wasn't like some good times out of that, but there was genuinely a time where we had no fucking clue where we were and we were walking around for absolutely ages after we'd stayed up for like 24 hours a night before for the
That's
first
the
time.
fun of it. Finding your way home when you're lost.
And then get
That's the whole plot of Lost.
and then Joe explain what happened then afterwards.
We ended up in a field of cows. I don't know how we ended up.
It wasn't actually even a field, like we were literally in like a tree, like a very wooded path, and then literally a herd of cows started walking and charging
And
past us.
they were kind of ignoring us. Well, they were ignoring us, and it was all fine.
So yeah, so me and Lewis are beside like a fence, which on the other side has more cows in it. So we realised we're quite screwed if they decide they want a piece of it. So we're basically frozen completely still, hoping that they just walk past and don't charge at us. And Struan, being the absolute mongo that he
I have
is,
an allergy.
yeah. You couldn't cover your nose though, could you? Had to sneeze as loud as he could multiple times to alert the cows, and then going, and to like sort of look over us, and like me and Louis just absolutely shit ourselves like, Struan, shut the fuck up. We're going to get killed now because of
But we got out of it perfectly.
yeah, we literally had to stand still for an hour for like cows to walk past. I feel it was like the worst sort of experience of my life, like not knowing if you're going to get run down or not for ages.
Pussies.
No, cows.
You're clearly laughing at that, aren't you?
No.
I think Java hates me being here.
Shouldn't we finish this a bit after?
I know, I'm going to the pub.
Fuck, go back to China.
Aye, so keen drinker then?
Not at all. The alcohol's the devil's water.
Is it? Mm. So, any sort of particular good memories from house parties?
Oh boy, do I have a good memory from my house. There was one lovely little time that me and Liam were at our friend Emma's house, and we didn't really want to stay. We wanted to go back, so we started walking back at, I don't know, it must have been fucking 5, 6 in the morning or something.
Something like that.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, and none of us had jackets on.
None had jackets, it was winter, it was fucking freezing. And we're walking along and we're crossing the road just near the filling station in Struan. And I somehow managed to fall asleep while walking, crossing the road. And I keep asleep the whole time until I walk into a wall. And it was only when I walked into the wall that Liam realised I'd been asleep the whole time. But after that we went to McDonald's and we had like shifts of sleeping in McDonald's.
Seeing if they come and kick us out instead.
Surprisingly they didn't. And then we walked back to Liam's house and Liam went up the stairs to his bed. I fell asleep on Liam's couch. And Liam's mum walks in the next day and absolutely shits herself because I'm just fucking KO'd in her living room.
I didn't think to maybe tell her that Struan was staying over, which maybe wasn't the best thing.
But it was a good night. It was a fun night.
Yeah, we ended up doing a lot of daft shit when we were younger when it came to drinking. All of course, totally of age. We definitely did not drink under
18
age.
years old. Eh?
We were good boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, believable, aren't we?
Cunt over you.
I don't know. Jamie was down in Guinness at 5.
Okay.
Oh, do love that Guinness. Tastes so Irish.
Yeah, no, Rangers fans love it in particular. Oops.
Oh, fucking brilliant. Oh, never drink that heap of shit.
Oh no, it's shit, yeah, fucking
It's horrendous,
Guinness is
isn't it?
absolutely vile.
What's the worst drink you've ever had, actually?
Cider.
Any cider.
Magners, particularly. I hate cider. I don't hate the Irish, but I hate cider. And I hate 90% of the alcohol they make because it tastes like shit. The only Irish drink I like is Hop House 13 because it's a lager.
Fair enough. What about you? What do you do?
Oh yeah,
Drink-wise?
I've not got a worst one because I don't think I've tasted enough to merit a worst one.
Well, okay, it doesn't even need to be alcoholic necessarily then. Like, is there anything that stands out into your head though is like that is the fucking...
No, but I mean what I will say is my favourite is easily Kraken rum.
Yeah, you're quite partial to a bit of that, aren't you?
Guess
Is it because you look like a Kraken?
I tell you what, see if I was a Kraken, I'd stick so many of the fucking tentacles right up your arse. It'd be unbelievable.
I just get all excited.
You probably would die.
Yeah.
You probably would die.
This is what China does to people.
That'd be my at the top of the list. With it, like the best.
Killing Struan with tentacles.
No, I'm talking about the fucking drink.
Oh, right.
Easily would be the top of the list. At the bottom, so far after what I've tasted, I'd have to say just beer in general.
You know, you hate beer in general.
More so than cider.
I've not had a cider. I've not had a.
Anytime that we've been, oh granted not much, but anytime we've been to a pub, I'm pretty sure you used to get like beer or cider if we went.
It was always beer, aye, but it was a. It's not that no, it's. I mean, like Allan, like I can deal with that. Tenants I can deal with that. I feel like Tenants has got a bit of a pale taste it, but see when you move to like Strongbow and that.
That's when you go into cider and cider shit.
It's when you move to cider.
See when you start drinking dark fruits, you're officially scum to mankind.
Anybody who drinks dark fruits deserves to die.
I kind of agree with you, I have to be honest. Dark
I've
fruits.
got to say though, whoever drinks fucking that Tiger Asian lot.
I've heard about them. They're dodgy cunts, aren't they?
Absolute wank stains, man.
Whoever belongs in a fucking Star Wars film,
Jesus.
fucking go back.
Say what?
That's the trade all over again, I guess.
He's part of this fucking bash. You honestly need to get it sorted. China done nothing for you, did it?
I mean, China isn't known for like being the most like...
Oh no, their patter's shite. Their patter's so bad.
Well, we'll get it by. Fair enough.
Well, so I've gone through school then. Eventually you get to near the end and there's no opportunity to go to China. How did this come about then?
Honestly, I was just sitting in form, and what was that thing they used to show us? It was like
PowerPoint.
no,
I mean, my form showed me nothing.
Dr. Abraham taught us loads of them.
she's taught you many things.
Yeah, totally. Aye, what do you mean then?
It was that thing that it tells you about news in the school. Dr. McDonald used to put it up in S6 sometimes. It's basically just a page of just information of shit going on in the school. On it said about a China trip, so I asked about it, applied for it, did a little interview, and I was told, alright, you're going to China for 3 weeks. And I was like, oh, shit, that's it.
Did you have to pay for it?
No, maybe a little bit. I think a wee bit, but they paid for this, either the school, it was with Strathclyde University as well, and the Chinese government.
Did uni students go with you as well, so just...
Everybody was our age through all of Scotland.
Alright.
Loads of different high schools.
Is it a bunch of wankers or?
50-50.
Some of them, but no all of them.
It's an important thing when there's not some wankers you have to try and identify.
But
It's hard
That-
to identify one when you're one,
but that kind of then moved on to another option to go to China for a year after I'd done high school.
Aye, so what sort of things were you getting up to then on your first trip over
The
there?
first trip,
How long was it firstly?
3 weeks, 3 and a bit weeks, something like that. We spent maybe 2 or 3 days at the beginning in Beijing. We stayed in the Olympic Village, which was kind of cool. And
I've heard they don't use like, you know, the big stadium, I think it's called like the Bird's Nest or something. I've heard that's just like drawn away, is that like...
we saw it, that was a few years ago now. I've not been to it since. I don't know
I
what
think
it
it's-
was for.
Because you know like how now like for like the Olympics or World Cup they'll always be like if you're getting the venue they have to have like renewable purposes, they need to be like,
China doesn't care about that.
yeah, they just leave it there till
They'll just. I don't know if it's used for anything. I think maybe sometimes it'll be used for stuff, but it's China. They'll probably just leave it to rot. But
Seems like kind of always.
they've got enough room and enough money, so they don't care.
Really? Enough room? Like in the cities, like in the middle of the centres? To like
Well,
have
maybe
these
not in the
massive
centres, but they just keep expanding out the way of the cities.
stadiums. Okay.
Between the cities is just miles of flat land.
Mm-hmm.
Just pure flat land for fucking hundreds of miles.
So, okay, and what was the biggest culture shock, I suppose, to you going over there compared to here?
Eating rice for breakfast. Genuinely eating rice for breakfast.
that's amazing.
No,
How many things have you reheated in the mornings for your breakfast?
No, not like that. No, but I love rice. Is that like?
well, I love rice, but see,
Is it just rice you're talking about or something else?
no, they had like some other stuff. Like they might have like vegetables in it or stuff, but it's like what you eat for breakfast isn't normally the same kind of like savouriness that you'd eat for like maybe lunch or dinner.
Okay.
But you might either like have some fruit or some cereal or something. Food is it's most of the time savoury, but it's not the same as lunch or dinner. Imagine waking up and having a curry for breakfast,
Quality.
but there's no curry sauce. It's just pure rice with a few
You
vegetables
could
in
have
it.
just said that. We bit Uncle Ben. Yes, indeed.
That's no Uncle Ben's.
I would fucking absolutely love to do like a YouTube video where we go to China and just see how much we'd fucking collapse
You
on the
should
first
totally
day.
come today. Come in my vlog.
That would be. Could you imagine how much of a fucking disaster we would be over there?
Aye, I know.
So so what sort of things did you get up to when you were over there the first time?
In Beijing, I can't remember what we did in Beijing. And when we went to Tianjin, we spent the majority of time there. I think it was only 2 days before when we arrived we were in Beijing, and I think it was maybe 3 days before we left we were in Beijing. So the rest of the time we were in Tianjin. We went to a college that was like 2 hours away on a bus from where we were living. So it was shite. To take like a 2 hour bus ride to go to this college to learn Chinese and do like Chinese cultural things, to come back for 2 hours, to then basically be limited to the uni campus and not allowed to leave it.
Oh, so like were like shops open 24 hours a day, or
not in the uni campus. We had to sneak out a few times to get beer.
Disgraceful.
Who's we?
Me and Oliver
Oliver.
Simpson. Why have you not had Oliver?
Because I probably need to censor the entire thing if I had them on.
So we did these Chinese classes, got a bit of Chinese knowledge, did some cultural things.
Cultural.
Which consisted of?
Doing calligraphy, making a little fan, making a paper rose.
So basically you got the stereotypical version of China
Ultimately what ended up happening was all these cultural things we made I got rid of because I found a giant plushy Pikachu and it took up half my suitcase, so I was like, kept that.
Yeah, the real culture, you know, you have the good old traditional stuff and then you have the modern day Pikachu. I mean, which is better?
Well, I bought it in Ancient Culture Street, along with many interesting decks of cards, such as porn decks of cards, Naruto decks of cards, Bleach decks of cards, Death Note, and Osama bin Laden decks of cards.
Which I have seen.
Which gifted to our pal Ben.
Osama bin Laden is a popular character out in China, isn't it?
You get Hitler ones too, and Gaddafi ones.
Get a full collection.
On Sunday, straight there, boom, give me those Gaddafi cards. I want them.
Now, I want to ask, internet earlier is just a tad different here.
Alright, just a wee bit.
You know,
I
think there's a wee bit more limited access.
So porn, YouTube, Google, Facebook, basically anything you use day to day is bought.
Do you get iTunes over there?
Yes.
Well, just as well then, because you can still listen to the Sitting and Chatting podcast. That was quality down to that.
Aye, most shit's banned. You need a VPN.
I thought you meant like shitting in general.
Oh no, shitting's not banned. You'll just see folks shitting in the street.
So you need a VPN to access these
bad websites.
See, if you got caught by it, like, would the police care if like
they
saw you
give
with
a
it?
shit.
Yeah.
So
the police don't give a shit.
Ban it, then?
That's the government. The police don't give a shit about anything. You can bribe the police for anything. We had to bribe the police.
It's not a third world country, is it?
No, I'm not joking. You can generally bribe the police for anything. We bribed the police to get our friend out of an assault charge, to get our friend out of jail because he cycled into a taxi and had to cycle away trying to run away.
How much are you talking, bribery wise?
In UK money, how much?
UK money, like
give me in
Chinese money, it's about between 100 to 200 yuan, which is like 10 to 20 pounds. Over there, it's actually like a reasonable amount.
10 or 20 quid to get me out.
Well, I lived off £1 a day in China.
See, Jay was saying if like we were over there, you know, you get picked up by police like 10 or 20 quid solution.
This was like
typical.
20 days worth of food for me.
20 days worth of food for a quid a day.
Aye.
Because what I will say is, like, Jazzy what's in our shop in India, he they can bribe the police and that. I know it's a thing.
Yeah.
But
well, Duncan was talking about it as well, mind
Thailand,
South Africa.
It's really bad in Thailand. I imagine South Africa, China, India.
I never knew that China was. I thought China was like an established.
I was surprised as well when you told me it was.
I thought it was an established country where like.
Got away.
They would chop off your hand if you tried to break them.
We burnt government property and got away with that once. Because we set a bonfire in the middle of the road. We set a bonfire in the middle of another road.
I mean, like, you know, there's pavements over there as well, isn't there? Even that's better than the middle of a fucking
But they
road.
do it anyway. So we're like, why the fuck no? We'll do
the police
it too.
just randomly set up bonfires.
The Chinese will. It's for when somebody dies. There's these folk go around and have these big wooden things, and you put it in the middle of the road and you light it on fire, and it's meant to like.
That seems like a driving hazard. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, the taxis just go like. All the cars just drive around it.
Now, how is the traffic in China?
Shite. There's no speed limit on any road.
Wait, what?
And each road is like 4 lanes wide.
There's no speed limit
No
on
speed
any
limit. You
road.
can go as fast as you want. As long as there's not a car in front of you that's stopping you, you can go as fast as you want. See if you're in a taxi and you want to be somewhere fast, you can literally just scream at them, go faster, and you keep screaming it until they go fast enough. It doesn't work like a normal country.
Yeah, no, I see when you hear
that's
about it being, you know, the biggest country in the world and how much of a superpower it is, you're not exactly printing it in the best of lights.
No. The average day person lives a very odd life. It's only the government-wise. It's like a collection of people who do a wee bit, but because there's so many of them, it makes such a big impact.
Okay. So, when you came back then from China, how long was it before you decided that you were going to go back again? For
Well, I originally wanted... This is the first time.
Yeah, the first time.
First time.
It was it was 6 years into it, wasn't it?
Yeah, first time I was convinced from the get-go I wanted to go back for a year because I really enjoyed the 3 weeks. So then I worked on that for a while, and I found that in October. So I basically just...
So what processes did you take?
the process was I applied through the school and they sent it to Strathclyde.
Did the school, were they sort of on board for you helping, or were they sort of saying maybe don't do this? Or
No, they were pretty on board for it. They kind of encouraged it quite a lot, but it entirely went up to Strathclyde after that. So once the school had got me the application, because I asked for it, it was kind of out of the school's jurisdiction.
So it's sort of it's kind of like uni in a sense where it's your responsibility now, sort of thing.
So Strathclyde finally got back to me after that. It was literally just get a sheet, sign it, explain why you think it would do. They got back about an interview. Went to Glasgow.
Was this for a uni course or just to go there?
It was to study Chinese at college and uni.
Is it simplified Chinese?
It is, but I self-taught myself how to do traditional.
How long did that take you?
Actually not that long, it took me about a month.
Why?
Because I really like... Saying the words sounds stupid. I hate speaking, I hate listening.
Can you write in Chinese as well?
I can write. I can speak, write, read and listen in both simplified and traditional. It's traditional isn't...
What's spoken over there frequently?
Traditional and simplified is how you write it, it's not how you say it.
Okay.
So so simplified is writing.
Simplified would be you write the character, but it's got less strokes and stuff in it compared to the traditional version.
Right.
And it's all because the communist government wanted to increase literacy rates. So they removed a lot of characters or changed a lot of characters to make it easier so that the country had a higher literacy rate.
Okay.
That's why simplified Chinese is a thing. So while I was over there for this second term, I basically went to college every day. It was the same college, so it was a 2-hour bus ride.
So were you staying in the Olympic Village?
Oh no, this was out of Beijing. This was in Thayjamieallan, the other city.
So what's the difference? Are they quite far apart, those two places?
2-3 hour bus ride, half an hour bullet train.
How big's Thayjamieallan compared to your average Scottish city?
I can compare it to Glasgow. Glasgow is 746 kilometres squared. Thayjamieallan is 11,000 kilometres squared.
Just a bit of a difference.
Yeah, what's that, roughly 10 times the size, 11 times the size?
And Beijing is 16,000.
Again, just not too much of a difference.
So it's a pretty massive city.
What's the population of Thayjamieallan, do you know?
I don't know. I have no clue. I think Beijing is reasonably close to 1 billion, and I think the rest of the country doesn't have as much in it.
It's not 1 billion people on that.
It's reasonable. It's not exactly 1 billion because I think the country as a whole has 1 billion in it.
To go slightly off topic here for a second, is it true about the theory of white privilege over there is better for folk like us, shall we say, as tourists?
No, all the Chinese people are going to try and rob you. people.
Did you ever have
Really?
a case when you got
Oh yeah,
robbed?
well not all of them. A lot of Chinese people will try rob you, or try mug you, or they'll try scam you, because you're white and they think you're dumb because you're white. But
I mean, probably true.
there is a lot of people who think that you get away with stuff because you're a foreigner, but I've seen Chinese people equally get away with stuff. They don't care if you're a foreigner or not. You just get away with a lot of stuff over there. There's a lot of Chinese people get away with fuck tons of stuff that you wouldn't hear.
Like, do you have an example?
Burning shit in the middle of the road.
Yeah, that's a good one, to be fair.
Bribing the police. That would just get you more jail time here. You'd be fucked.
Yeah, you would be.
It's not like a limited thing to foreigners. The Chinese can do it perfectly fine. Technically, I think drinking out in the street's illegal, but you can do it anyway. You can buy alcohol at any time.
A wonderful place.
Is there like a main religion out there? Or any?
The biggest... It depends what region of China.
Whereabouts where you're staying then?
Probably Buddhism. But it's not... it's not like... It's not like Scotland or Britain, where it's kind of... There's an obvious Christian kind of vibe to the place. A lot of the laws come from like things in the Bible and stuff like that. There is people who follow it, but the government doesn't give a shit. The government does government stuff. The church and the state aren't one thing.
They're completely separate.
They're completely separate. The government does what it does, and the majority of them are Buddhist in the area I was in. In other areas there's a lot of Muslims. Christians and Catholics, there's not a lot of Jews, I think even less.
Alright, so what was the place like then that you're staying in when you moved over there for the second time?
Like the actual city or the place I was staying in?
The actual place you're staying in.
The actual place I was staying in was the same building I was staying in the year before when I was in Thayjamieallan. It was a different floor though. It was floor 7, and it became infamous amongst all the foreign students because it was basically a floor of Scottish people, and we were always out drinking and absolutely getting fucked to our face. So loads of people, and there was 2 Japanese guys moved from their floor to our floor because they wanted to join in with the Scottish drinking.
Glad to see you made a good impression.
We made an
over
amazing
there.
impression. We were infamous.
No, this might seem like a stupid question, but for what you've told us so far, I'm going to go ahead with it anyway. Is there a stereotypical pub you can go to?
Yeah, there is. China has their equivalent of spoons. It's called Helens.
Helens. That does not sound Chinese.
It's not spoons, like it's spoons and not spoons. It's everywhere like a spoons would be everywhere. But when you're in it, it doesn't feel anything like a spoons. But it's got that thing that every Helens feels the same, like every spoons feel the same.
Okay, so like it's a recognised franchise that's sort of going across.
And they do loads of stuff. They do food. I didn't really get their food. They've got some beer, not a lot of beer. They basically got Budweiser. Budweiser is the cheapest alcohol you'll buy over there. That's beer.
What was the main thing they drink over there? What's the most popular drink?
Either Harbin or Tsingtao.
What's Harbin?
It's from a city. There's a city called Harbin, which every year they make a huge part of the city out of ice sculptures because it's freezing all the time up there. And they've got a beer called Harbin beer, which is very nice.
Nice.
I can imagine a Chinese person sat drinking.
It's the younger ones don't really drink. It'll be like an old man sitting there drinking in the street.
It's just going to be you and me questioning about stereotypes, isn't it? See the whole stereotype of like them being overworked and like, you know, they have basically no social life because they're shot to the ground with expectations from parents and bosses and that. Is that true as well or not really?
More so in high school than after high school. A lot of them, high school is very intense for them, and there's a lot of them who come over to Britain, who then find they have the idea that uni is a lot more relaxed, but they actually find Scottish unis more difficult than Chinese ones, so they go back to China. But China unis are reasonably relaxed, maybe a bit more strict about attendance, but the actual stuff that goes on in it is a bit more relaxed.
Do you think the people though are quite stressed about what they have to achieve?
Some of them. You'll find the occasional person who's just like an extreme liberal, and it's obvious they're extreme liberal. And they stand out a bit, but they're not bad folk. A lot of them though are very kind of like focused on their studies or their work and stuff.
Were folk looking down upon you when you were like going out getting pissed every night, and these people would be like sitting down studying hard and
they didn't understand how we could do it and study, but they didn't look down on us for doing it.
Okay.
So when you say you're Scottish, I think they have like the kind of idea that you probably like alcohol as a kind of a set thing.
I mean, for the majority of folk over 18, yeah, it's pretty common. I'm trying to think of... So, did you... Oh yeah, you've got a story about Nicola Sturgeon as well, don't you?
Oh, Nicola Sturgeon, oh yeah, the first time I went to China I met Nicola Sturgeon. She wasn't actually aware she was going to be meeting all of us. She came into a room and there was a big group of us. She was the most boring human being I've ever met in my entire life, and I don't ever want to speak to her again.
What was she talking to you about?
Well, basically the way they split it up was each of the kind of areas in Scotland that have like a connection to a school in China, they each had a little area in this room, and she came from each one to talk to us, and she literally just asked, "Do you like China?" And like, "Yeah," and then she fucked off. She did a little speech. It was really boring. She's really small. We got a photo with her.
Yeah, that's...
Did I mention she's really boring?
No, I missed that part.
Fair enough.
What were you saying 2 seconds ago? She was what?
Oh, she's really boring.
Oh, right.
I'm not a huge supporter of the SNP. I'm not against them. It's better than...
Did this give you a bad impression afterwards?
Not of the SNP party, but I don't really understand how she could make a motivational speech and make anybody be convinced.
To be fair though, I imagine like she's like gone all the way out to like China, you know, she's probably thinking she's meeting only Chinese students, and as she opens the door and sees like 100 like Scottish people, she's probably thinking,
and she should be fucking like, "Oh boys, get on the alcohol, here we go." But no.
Yeah, 'cause I imagine Nicola Sturgeon's like constantly on the sesh.
Well, she's not, because she's a shite bag. You hear that? Nicola Sturgeon is a shite bag.
So that'll give you a title now.
It's going to have to be in there somewhere.
Nicola. You just sound like an angry alcoholic like ranting in a pub, like, "Nicola Sturgeon's a shite bag."
SNP, no problem with, but she's really boring. She's just a very annoying human being to be around.
I've just realised we fucked everything now. YouTube isn't going to promote our thing now. We've mentioned politics in it. We fucked it. God damn, it's ruined the podcast.
No, we can repair it. Put Maggie Thatcher dancing as the intro. 100%. 100%.
Aye, so like, did you have to do exams when you were over there then?
Both the times we did exams. The second time was a lot more intense. We had...
Was that just because you didn't study as much, or was that?
Oh no, it was like there was more exams and they were a lot more difficult. There was a speaking, comprehensive, reading, and listening. So we had 4 different exams, and just each one basically taught a different thing about Chinese. So it was pretty intense.
That like, how well did you do? Just like 8?
No, I did average, just like I would do in high school, like C's and B's.
I mean, you've gone to a foreign language and having to like speak native fluently. I don't think that's that bad.
And they do tests each week, which is killer. Like every single Friday you'd have a test.
I think I'd be off every Friday.
The first semester I missed a lot of days. The second one I didn't miss a single day. I'm very proud of myself for that.
Shocking display.
Well done.
So you came back, then did you think, right, I will go for the hat trick, I will go for the big 3? Or like, at what point did you realise that you wanted to go back?
I didn't want to leave originally when I was there after the year. But
so like when you were there the second time you were like, I don't want to come back?
Yeah, but the Tianjin Council got done for corruption by the Chinese government, so I was forcibly made to go home.
You see what we were talking about how we thought this was a big country and it was like
A big
we had a
one.
good government, you know.
Clearly wrong.
There's fuckloads of dodgies out there, I'll tell you.
Yeah, no. I thought we should go over there and sort it. Liam and Jabba go abroad. I can see it now.
Go abroad.
We could get like India.
That's what we'll not be doing.
I think we should. I think that'd be class, like Halper to about 2 hours. So when you came back, were you very disappointed to be come back? Even though you know you're come back to your friends.
I wasn't disappointed. I was kind of scared, to be honest, that folk had changed a lot.
And then you discovered that we had, because I was now a famous podcaster.
Yeah.
Still a one to go.
Something sort of changes.
No.
So, I was scared at first. I thought a lot of people would have changed. I would have missed out a lot. But ends up people hadn't really changed much. It felt like I kind of slipped back in quite easily.
Mm-hmm. Jesus, man.
Yes.
Don't smoke, kids.
It's bad for you.
You'll end up looking like Struan. That's
I've
a
got
terrible
a
thing.
cold.
Oh,
Yeah, a cold.
talk a lot, Bash.
Actually a cold.
Yeah.
So you're fucked back off on Sunday.
Alright.
Well, hold on, wait, like, so, you were saying to me in the car now you're almost like you don't want to go back. What's been some like U-turn, so to speak?
I just think I began to kind of enjoy Stirling and Scotland more than I did.
What's
More
been,
than China though.
Oh, nah. They both have advantages, they both have disadvantages.
what's the thing like you enjoyed the most when you came back? Like, is there like particular memories that you have from?
Oh, I was seeing my pals, like coming back, the day being back and going to the pub with my pals. It was just like the best thing I could have done on that night instead of just coming back and sleeping or something.
Yeah.
Like, I would just come back instantly, went out to see my pals.
Yeah. Is there I don't know. Is there something now, because obviously you're only a few days away, is there something you really regret you didn't get to do, because obviously you're now potentially away for 5 years that you didn't do before you left?
Wait for how long?
4 or 5 years.
Oh, Delta.
Shut up. I wanted to record one of our songs.
2 minutes.
You glad you came here?
Oh yeah, I'm glad. I wanted to do this, but I can't really regret it now because I can't regret not doing it now because I've done it. I probably will. It was quite high up in my list for things. I tried. How many times did I try?
Yeah, try a wee bit.
What position, my boy?
That's a good point, actually. What position? Say like on a list, like what
of things I wanted to do.
Yeah.
It
would better be top 3.
No, I'd say 2. I'd generally say 2.
There we go.
What was one?
Whyte shag. I've got a list. I'm checking them all off.
It's like the most normie like bucket list I've ever heard of.
Over this.
Yes, Stewie. Rightful thoughts.
Embarrassed. Carry on.
Well, you guys have become famous from my vlogs. I'll introduce you in my vlogs.
Aye, so that's like you're going away to do vlogs of China.
I'm going away for 4 or 5 years.
So what's the plan? Are you going to make it daily, weekly, monthly?
Daily. So what is the frequency of the upload?
I'm going to.
I'd
like to try daily, but I know I wouldn't do it. So I'd say.
They're doing weekly.
At first weekly, but I'd like to try pick up a bit more to be maybe every like 3rd day or 2nd day or something like that.
But I get that bit a week is you can just record everything that you do within the week that's actually worth putting up and then just putting up.
True.
Opposed to like if you did it every single day and there'll inevitably some days where you're just doing fuck all.
Oh no, I wouldn't be able to do it every day anyway. I'd be too busy.
So what is your best memory then since you've been back here, that first night out?
Oh yeah, I'd say so. It was just a very good
nice
night.
introduction.
Um,
So, apart from your mates, so is there anything like weird as such that you're going to miss when you go?
honestly, work. I will miss work.
Weird.
I very much enjoyed it.
Mhm.
I guess even just being content with Sterling now.
Yeah.
I think.
Do you not
I'll go
think
with
though?
Sterling.
Do you not think though, if you do ever move back, you'll sort of maybe appreciate it more? 'Cause if you're away for like 4 years or something.
Oh yeah, I think that coming back, I'll be quite excited the next time to be coming back. Because I get to see my pals, get to see what Sterling's like now.
It won't have changed much.
Right,
will
right.
it?
I kind of realised that after last year.
It might be a shithole, you know, leaving Europe and that, so.
Aye, you won't be allowed back.
Because we're
in.
connected to Europe the whole fucking time, Jabba.
We were.
Aye, if you were sitting between England and France, we would be.
Fuck's sake.
His platter is getting better as it goes on, to be fair to him.
There's a slow start, but you know.
He's still a dick, but it's getting better. It is getting better. It's getting better.
Right then, I think we'll move on from here and then begin with the games.
The
so to
games.
speak.
I'm excited about the games.
Struan, we're going to be playing about 3 games now, between now and the end.
For fuck's sake. What are you gonna do?
First one's a classic, what do you think of? Basically, I'm just going to say something and you have to say the first thing that comes back into your head. So for example, if I said Scotland to Jamie, he would say...
Best country in the world. This is getting a bit repetitive, to be fair, but
Yeah, but you know, we've got to explain it in the same format to every guest so they understand it. Well, unless you're Fergus that can fuck it somehow. Right then, so you ready?
Oh, that's poor.
Oh. Scotland,
Shite.
England,
Shite.
China,
Alright.
Japan,
Pretty good.
alcohol,
Fantastic.
drugs,
Amazing.
the yes folder,
The greatest thing I've ever done.
Eerie 1 and 2,
Fantastic. Super fantastic.
bronies, the Highland Hotel,
Good place.
SU,
Oh, amazing.
Stirling High,
Nostalgic.
Forth Valley,
Good pals.
Lewis, Jabba,
Fat cunt.
I'm glad it wasn't fucking, you know, so I'll take that.
Ben,
Aye.
I,
Wait, what Ben?
Crawford,
Oh, aye, good guy.
myself, dickhead,
3-eyed.
yeah.
Nah, fantastic pal.
Oh, that's probably the first one that's actually said
So
something
he's
nice
a
about
wanker.
it. Nick,
Quiet but cool.
Fergus,
Not quiet, not as cool.
Connor,
Diabetic.
Alba,
Interesting.
Ewan,
Chinese.
James.
Craig.
Oh, right. Francis,
Laddie.
Gilmore,
Cousin.
the French. Well, then that's your first game done. You did. What would you give him out of 10 for that?
3.
Fucking asshole. He's always like this to me.
Can't think why. The next part is Liam, Jabba and the guests do the news.
Jabba the gift to the news.
Don't knock it, it's a quality title.
Great content.
Basically the idea is I go out, find 2 noteworthy stories. Often doesn't happen, as you can tell by the frequency in which they appear on the podcast.
I do want to say one thing. There better be one story in here that I want to be in here, and if it's not, I'm going to be very upset, to be honest.
I've not looked at the news in months, so I have no idea.
I mean, to be
I'll be
honest,
disappointed, that's what I'm going to say, but...
I mean,
Carry on.
you probably will be. At least I'm telling you now, don't get your spirits up. First thing is But you should know as well, don't actually look at the proper news. If you're expecting to get like the newest information about Syria, I'm not going to
Go
have
to BBC
that.
Sport.
Fucking serious.
Go to BBC Sport
For Syria.
Basically, have you seen the New York what you call it, promotional videos, photos? Well, do you know?
Is it like this is Scotland but for New York?
Not really. Do you know old time footballer Frank Lampard? You ever heard? You also know. Well, basically, he, very famous English footballer, went over to New York, I think 2 years ago now, to play like his final season out there. And for the photos like online, there's like showing why New York's great. They photoshopped him in his full kit, like training, just running down like a beach walk when he was clearly like photoshopped in out of nowhere. So if you look at the photo, he is clearly not there.
Yeah, that's a bit embarrassing.
Boy in the Blue clearly is not there. And
I'd say playback levels of editing.
shots fired. And yeah, they basically decided to do that because they wanted a recognisable face out there to.
Why didn't you put Obama?
Aye, Obama just casually walking down the.
Why did they not
He's a
just
recognised-
fucking video the right person? Like, why did they have to Photoshop him?
Because they're American.
They also flip the image as well, so like the crests are on like the wrong side. You can tell as well, so like that's even more of a fuck up. It's like maybe the other way around. Yeah, and they did it because they wanted it for like tourists to have a recognisable face for wanting to go over there. But apparently they're suing
Why
them
Frank
for.
Lampard?
Yeah, I know. But apparently they're suing them for just taking his image randomly and saying come here for this. So thoughts on PR, guys?
I think America needs to get a fucking grip. It's the worst place in the world. Fuck you, America. You're worse than France.
It's poor.
It's poor.
Nice.
Second one.
I mean, purely on the editing. But
Yeah.
it's poor.
They could have done better. Also, like, why do they feel like they need a recognisable face? Surely, like, you don't go to New York expecting to see like a famous face just walking down the street every single day.
True, you go there expecting to get mugged.
Right, well, carry on.
Next one is apparently a woman who pranked her husband with like a fake lottery ticket, like a 250k one.
Bastard.
Yeah, like a previous like month has actually won now £1 million in like the actual like lottery. But apparently didn't take it too well, so they didn't believe her for apparently 3 days until like the actual lottery people came round to prove that she wasn't lying, because she thought it was just he thought it was a big prank all over again. How would you take it if your significant other told you won the lottery, for a few seconds you think all your like monetary
Take the ticket there,
problems?
Kill the bitch.
Take the ticket there, it's as simple as that.
Feed her to Jabba.
No, like what? No, how would you, not if you like won the money, but how would you react if you were just in the position at the start where like she gave him the fake ticket, like, and you thought all my monetary like problems are gone forever?
I'd look at the ticket, and on the back it clearly states that this cannot be claimed.
Yeah, no, but if it's like your significant other, you probably like presume it's no dodgy.
Bish.
I don't think Jabba trusts anyone.
So I turn it round and go,
Me,
right,
obviously.
Get it update, you bam. Get it back. Then when she give me the actual ticket, I'd be like, nay, bother, I'll see you later. Red light district. That'd be the first port of
What with your like the jumbo checks they get given to you, just walk into the strip club and just like plan that day and just do one big.
Allan, you and you. Let's go. Simple as that.
And that's how Jamie dies in a ditch when he wins the lottery.
And that's Jamie's dinner.
That's just the main course.
Can't wait for a wee bit of pudding, can you?
Aye, love it. I'm disappointed though.
Yeah, no, I did tell you it was
My
about like a
story
5.
wasn't there.
Well, what's your
First
story?
story.
Right, well, I mean, right. The Russian,
Fascinating.
Russian
Absolutely fascinating.
model.
Which Russian model?
Don't know. I would.
What story?
I would Google it and find it if need be. But there's a Russian model.
Go on then, I might as well be semi-professional.
Can't be fucking arsed. Wish I never mentioned it. I'll tell you now.
Go on. Be semi-professional, that's the sort of standard we like to keep to.
Vitamin, okay.
It's better than professional.
Right, pretty much. Here we go. It's... Nope, that's not. Here we go. I really hope this doesn't play the video. I apologise if it does. Right, so an Instagram model.
Yeah.
Russian. It's Kira Maya, right? Was locked up for 18 months after...
Is this just now? Yeah, she's been locked up.
Yes.
Right, for what?
She was driving with her Mercedes when the officers realised that she was driving without a licence due to previous unreported motoring offences, right? She's 24 years of age.
Right.
She got pulled over, and just in case she's wanted to see, this is what she looks like. Right?
Average, yeah.
Was this in... Just your average 10.
Aye. Was this in Russia? Aye.
Just your average...
Just your average 10.
And it was in Russia. They pulled her over and says due to all the... Like they worked out there, all the offences meant that the girl would get her 18 months in jail.
Right.
So she was gonna get booked, blah blah blah, and then it was 18 months pending trial, all that shit. Right there on the spot, him and his officer pal got offered a threesome.
To let her go.
To let her go free. And if that bastards turned it down, they turned it down to be dicks. I'm not being funny, right? But
they turned down their dicks to be dicks.
Most men would lop off a left nut to have a half hour with that. They got offered it. They got offered it and turned it down.
You disappointed Japan.
That is a good story.
That is a good story.
I'm more than disappointed. It's bang in order, quite frankly. You're a balls deep that just to get out, you know.
I genuinely thought the story was just going to be like they ended up shagging her but they still arrested her afterwards.
No, I mean that would have been cruel, but...
That would have been funny.
in the officer's position, used to, would you?
It depends, is the cameras, like, do they have the wee like body mount chest things?
The Russian police, they probably get bribed all the time anyway. Aye, why not?
Aye, why not? If it's in Russia.
Exactly.
Aye.
And then she whaps off the mask, boom, it was jab all...
I mean, they do look very similar, yeah.
You've still gained, so... I mean, I would, but there you go.
Right then, final game then. Jabba, explain Hot Seat to our distinguished guests.
Right, Hot Seat is a game. You're welcome. You can download from the relevant app stores on Samsung and Apple.
We're still waiting.
No, we're still waiting to be sponsored. But Hot Seat is basically where your name gets inputted and then it gives you a letter from the alphabet. Okay? Now you do have a chance to re-roll if you get letters such as Z.
That would be advised.
You can get a re-roll. Only one re-roll. Right? Now once you have this re-roll, you then get the second letter. Once you have the second letter, such as D for example, because we know you enjoy it, you will then be given many, well, 10. You'll be given 10 questions, such as hobbies beginning with D.
Jobbies.
No, that doesn't
When they
work.
work. Dick, for example, I do accept, you know, dick is a hobby.
Yeah.
Then it could be toiletries. Carry on.
Kind of hard to concentrate when his eyes
No.
are like...
Very good. Excellent path. Let's say it's getting better. Now, if you do get one wrong, it adds time, because you are trying to beat 38 seconds.
Who's cheated? Cheater. She's a cheater.
Confess yourself.
I'll start that again. You've tried to beat 38 seconds with a total of 9, and you only get 10, so she only got one wrong.
She cheated.
She only got one wrong. So, beat that time. Tell you what, I'll buy you a Nando's if you beat that time.
Oh shit. Can I get a Nando's if he beats
fair
it?
dues.
Well, tell you what, I'll buy a dildo. You know what I mean? I'll buy you anything you want.
Dildos, Nando's, you know. 6.5
Just get my fucking letter. Fucking I get him.
Yeah, the other thing as well, if you have 5 in Connect, then it's a DNF, and then we give you one more time. And we'll do it one more time, but if you fuck it twice, then you just go on the board as a DNF, and you'll be the first Mullen go on the board. And that's coming a lot, considering Duncan's the only person on the board with 2 minutes on the clock.
I'm not going to write your name right, but I'm going to write DNF because I think you're going to be the first.
Oh!
Oh, thank you! I've got a target now.
Right then. Well, tell you what gets that top and Jamie bites me and Anders. That's it.
But she fucking cheated!
Right, well, just fucking...
You know what, I'm
choose
not
it.
confident that you'll know that. Nando's on me for him.
If he does,
If he beats that,
what about if you add on pressure to yourself?
One, too!
What about if you make pressure on yourself? What about if he beats just your time?
no, fuck off, man. I'll tell you what, even if
If he beats a minute mark,
if
what
you
about
beat
that?
Connor,
Connor is the real champion. Alba's cheated. She doesn't deserve to be up there.
Right.
Right.
Anyway, your letter, Struan, is K. Would you like to stick with K or reroll? Remember, by the way, if I deem something and accept, I'll just pass you, like, on the spot.
I'll stick with K.
Okay. K's a bit of a risk, but I suppose it could get Z. Remember, if you can't think of something and time's run out, just say pass and I'll move you on to the next one. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1. Video games.
Bastard. KKK, the video game.
That's not a game. Things that'll make you smile.
KKK. That makes me smile.
Actor / actress. I think you were on the safe.
Kelly Kuchu.
Pass.
Countries.
Korea.
Adjectives.
Kick.
Musical instruments.
Cajon.
What?
A cajon. You know that box that Connor drums
Oh,
on?
right,
That's
okay.
a cajon.
Things you replace.
Cuck.
No. Things that grow.
Kids.
Cosmetics or toiletries.
Can't do more wrong.
I mean, he's actually giving you good advice on this one.
Can't do more
Pass.
wrong.
Parts of the body. If you pass, you get another chance.
Pass.
Right, well, that was fucking abysmal.
That is literally one of it could be the slowest thing I've ever had. The least correct. I saved your bacon,
Right.
and then you threw
The letter. Yeah, no.
Marshall.
Jamie was trying to help you, nothing. Letter G. Sticking or keeping with it?
Letter
That
G.
made no sense.
Like
Yeah,
G,
no,
not J.
G.
G.
Fuck.
Uh,
Golf.
For golf.
Stick a reroll.
Reroll.
Yeah, fucker. Right, go for it. That's a good one.
Now, I know what you're like. No.
I'm not gonna. I want. Alright, N.
No,
3,
Nigeria awards, please.
2, 1. Things you're addicted to.
Nicotine.
Thank you. Things you shouldn't do in public.
Naked.
Yep. Sports equipment.
Net.
Occupations.
Nurse.
An animal.
Pass.
Things that can get you fired.
Naked.
Yeah. Fictional characters.
Naruto!
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Yeah.
Um,
What does Ewan spread on his?
Nutella.
Crimes.
Naked.
That's the last I'll accept on that. Cars.
It's a reasonable
right, cars.
answer. Pass.
Just say Nissan.
Yeah, I know, honestly. Right.
It's fucking abysmal, man.
Right.
Should be embarrassed with yourself.
Hey, she
Shit.
fucking cheated though.
Mate, you were en route to beat her.
Yeah, I know, you actually were. Like, see if you didn't delay so long with your first one that you got
No,
wrong.
it's not even that. See, so with animals,
I couldn't think of one.
like you took the piss for that though. Like you actually took the piss for that.
How did I take the piss?
It took too long.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't think of one.
What is,
I know, but then
what
you
is-
say
what is an
fast, you
animal
go
with
like you go fast when like you can't think of something. You just like go right. Okay, I
What
can't
is
think
an
of
N? What is an animal start with N?
something. Don't ask. No, don't
I'm not.
ask.
No, I'm not allowed to. No, I'm not allowed to. All right. What did I do?
Shitty.
Right, Struan, with 8 correct, you got a time of 1 minute 13.5.
You're not even getting the 0.5.
Oh, fuck the point
I
five.
mean, it's you round it up 14. I'd say that. You're still not getting it.
Right, well, I mean...
So I'm between you and Francis.
Yeah, basically. Unfortunately, I'm still... we really need to redo our times, Jamie.
I would. I mean, I'm still happy. I'm above you, so.
Just wait till the 50th podcast when I beat you, that's it.
It's not gonna happen.
Right, so you're coming on my vlog.
Yeah, so right, okay. When Struan eventually releases his vlog, I'll put it in the description of this podcast for you to check out. And, you know, I expect the first one you mentioned, I hope you mentioned Sitting and Chatting podcast, otherwise, you know,
Oh yeah.
that link might go away very fast from our
No,
description.
of course I'd mention it.
This podcast might get never uploaded again and deleted.
Right then, did you enjoy your time on?
I did indeed.
Well,
It was
glad to
really
hear.
good.
Well, Struan, best of luck to you in China. Until next time, I've been Liam Whyte,
I've been Thayjamieallan.
I'm Struan Laing.
and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Blanker.
Damn! Right, I need to go to the pub.